Hi everybody, this is Tiffany. Everyone's having a great day. I keep wanting to give prophetic word. So guys, it was about 3 days ago. I think it was 3 days ago. I was getting ready for bed. So I was reading Psalms 91, and I'm going to read the part where I got to before I closed my eyes, because I was still sitting up. I closed my eyes and I had a vision. So I got to, for he shall give his angels charge over thee to keep thee in all thy ways. They shall bear thee up in their hands, lest thou dash thy foot against a stone. So I had closed my eyes and then I had this vision. So it was this girl. She was on the floor with this guy. So the guy was laying, like they were like on a sidewalk in the street. She's sitting there. He's laid out, and her arms are over his shoulders, around his body area, and his head was pretty much in her chest, her lap, but they were on the floor and he was like spread out. So I ran over there and I was like, please let me get in there, please let me get in there. I'm begging this girl, please let me get in there, so I can help him, because all she was doing was holding him. Nobody was there. I ran over. I ran over and I fell on the floor to get in there to give him CPR. And I was like, please, 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 please get out the way, get out the way, get out the way. That girl was not budging. She just was holding him like this. She was just staring at me, not moving. So what I did was, her arms was here. What I did was get my hand in there. I'm telling you, I had to move in there, maneuver in there to get over to then start working on him. And that was the end of the vision. So I opened my eyes like, okay, what's going on here? So I recorded before I went to sleep. So the next day came to me first was mouth to mouth. So I'm going to read that. But first, he brought it to me this morning, cardiac arrest. So I know that part was important because it's not part of my notes. It says in Psalm 91, he will give his angels charge over you to keep thee in all thy ways. In this message, you are the angel. You're the angel that the Lord has sent to help, if that makes sense. So you are this angel that the Lord is referring to, because when I got to that part, the Lord confirmed. I ran and it's like I slid over there, right? And then I tried to go and help. He was already on the floor, laid out, and the Lord sent me to help him. Now I'm going to read mouth to mouth. Mouth to mouth resuscitation is a type of artificial ventilation that helps a person breathe by blowing air into their lungs through the rescuer's mouth. It is a key part of cardiopulmonary resuscitation, CPR, that helps maintain oxygen and blood flow to vital organs until medical help arrives. CPR performed by bystanders can improve survival rates for people experiencing cardiac arrest, drowning, and other life-threatening conditions. So the Lord brought back cardiac arrest. So I'm not going to read that yet. What came to me while I was reading that again was certified and qualified. Some people know how to give CPR and some people don't. So qualified, officially recognized as being trained to perform a particular job. Certified. Certified. And now I'm going to read certified. Officially recognized as possessing certain qualifications or meeting certain standards. So the Lord is, so this is where the confirmation came in regarding the Lord is sending you. The girl that was holding him could not help him. She was just holding on to him. But the other thing is, she didn't want to get out the way for me to help him. So what I wrote here, I'm just going to, since I'm right here right now, over her dead body or over his dead body. I'm sorry, guys. I'm a little tired. I don't know if it's like visible. I hope this is not coming. It's not coming off too bad, but I just wanted to mention that. So over her dead body or over his dead body. So what I wrote here, even though this is last, since I'm here, let me just go with it. Because of this, she doesn't want to get out the way for me, meaning you, because in actuality, she knows once she gets out of this spot, she's not getting it back, if that makes sense. So now I'm going to go back. It's all going to make sense in a second. So now we're going to take it back to what came to me that I let go of regarding Adam and the Lord breathing, Adam and the Lord breathing breath into his nostrils. I read it and I was like, okay, this don't have nothing to do with this, right? The day before yesterday, the Lord brought that back to me when I was in the shower. I was supposed to come on yesterday and I didn't. So the Lord brought that back to me regarding Adam. Well, how could this fit? Because I thought I had the message, but he brought this Adam back to me and I'm in the shower, but what's going on with Adam? So I was like, okay, Adam, the Lord breathing breath into his nostril. And that's when Eve, and I was like, okay, so now I know where the Lord was going. Without Adam, there's no Eve. The Lord bringing you back into this situation here. So Adam is down, right? So what happened with Adam and Eve? The Lord made Eve from Adam's rib. If there is no Adam, and then the Lord keep bringing purpose. Purpose just came to me before I even got out of my mouth. Keep bringing purpose to me. So without Adam, there's no you, right? If there's no you, there's no purpose. So this is where it gets tricky. This is where it gets tricky. And I just felt the Holy Spirit. This is where it gets tricky now. Because if there's no purpose, if there's no Adam, there's no you. If there's no you, there's no purpose. So what happens to you? What happens to this purpose? What happens to Adam? Right? What do you need to do? So what came to me the day before yesterday was standing. Nobody was standing. She was on the floor. He was on the floor. I was on the floor. Nobody's standing for this. Right? Promise. So I don't know who this message is for. Is probably people on here they stop standing for this promise. They stop standing for their future spouse. The Lord is saying regarding this message, the Lord has called you for this. So then when I was in the shower, what did the Lord make Eve for? To be Adam's helpmeet. So that's a confirmation regarding him, you being his angel, you being his rib, right? So you are his person. So you are qualified, certified to help him in this situation, but you're not there. There's another person there that's not qualified, that's not certified, that doesn't have, she's not equipped to help him in whatever is going on. He's laid out on the floor, right? Because he's laid out on the floor and the Lord has given us charge over thee to keep, and I went swooping in on the floor to get in there. She would not budge. So she knows who you are. The reason why she's not moving, because she knows that spot isn't hers. And she knows when she moves, she's giving the spot to you, right? The Lord called you anyway. Somebody's there or not. The Lord still calls you to go there. So people stop standing for this person. And this is why he laid out on the floor right now needing CPR, because y'all stop standing for them. So because you stop standing for this person is about to, I don't know if it's, okay. So I was about to say die spiritually or physically. So when I got out the shower now, my phone was sitting like on my shelf in the bathroom. So my phone was laid up against this box. Poverty right here. So poverty is like jumped out at me. Spiritual depravity came to me. I don't know what that means. So I had to look that up. It's like I'm being fought for this message and I'm like extra tired. I had to just pray really hard before I got on here. I was still tired. I was supposed to come on here yesterday, but you know what, everything happens for a reason. So spiritual depravity, also known as total depravity, radical corruption, or pervasive depravity, is a Protestant theological doctrine that teaches that our people are born into the world corrupted by sin. The doctrine is based on the concept of original sin and the idea that the fall of man in Genesis 3:6 corrupted every part of a person, including their mind, will, emotions, and flesh. So now I'm going to read depravity is a moral corruption, wickedness, a wicked or morally corrupt act. Christian theology, the innate corruption of human nature due to original sin. So then here's where the confirmation came from regarding Adam. It says here, total depravity is the biblical teaching that human beings since the fall inherited both the guilt and sin nature of Adam in such a way that absolutely everything about them is affected by sin. This does not mean every person is as sinful as they could possibly be. So when I read that, I knew the Lord was confirming that it has to do with your future spouse, has to do with the corruption of where it started in the beginning with Adam and Eve. So this situation is pinpointing being deceived by something and someone. And this situation that they're in is bringing on this. I'll put the link in below if you guys want to read the whole article here. What stood out to me here is, therefore man suppresses the truth of God in unrighteousness and continue to willfully live in sin because they are totally deprived. The Bible teaches that unregenerated man is dead in transgression. He is held captive by a love for sin. So he's held captive by a love for sin. But the Lord is pinpointing this situation that he's in or in love with, meeting this person. So the Lord sees this person that's holding on to him as sinful. This relationship is sinful. This relationship is what's bringing on this this turmoil in his life. that relationship is sinful to the Lord. This relationship that he's in is sinful to the Lord. If the Lord hasn't approved you people to be in certain relationships, he sees you as sinning. So if you was to die today, you would go to the lake of fire, because whatever it is bringing on this sin regarding this person. This relationship is sinful in the eyes of the Lord. The Lord did not okay this relationship. No matter what you think, no matter what you say, if you're in a relationship that the Lord did not okay, you are in sin. You are in sin. It's confirmation. When I read that, this is where the direction the Lord was going. This relationship is sinful in the eyes of the Lord. And this is why he's laid out. 1, you stop standing for him. 2, he's in a sinful relationship. Before it was just the fall of the counterfeit. And this is why some situations are for some people and some aren't. You'll hear it and the Lord will confirm it to you. You take it to the Lord in prayer if you don't know. But whoever this message is for, you're going to be affected by this, because it's going to affect your purpose. This fall. This fall, we already knew there was going to be stripped. Some people were going to be stripped, but this situation is he's laid out about to die, and you came, and this person doesn't want to get out the way. This person don't want to get out the way. This person don't want to let him go, even if it kills him. This is a situation in itself. So you guys need to go into prayer regarding praying. And this is the thing. Their heart is in a cage. So now you know how to pray. I said that before, pray for his heart, but the Lord is showing if this is a witchcraft situation and they did witchcraft on his heart to turn his heart against you, they also put his heart so he can't feel anything. So let me read. It was something else I have bounced over. Cardiac arrest, sudden unexpected loss of heart function, breathing, and consciousness. Cardiac arrest usually results from a electrical disturbance in the heart. It's not the same as a heart attack. The main symptom is loss of consciousness and unresponsiveness. So he's like unresponsive, like he's like in a coma, you could say. So spiritually, he's in a coma. Spiritually, he's laid out. He can't feel. So they've trapped him spiritually. So now you know that not only is his heart in a cage, his conscience is in a cage. So he's under mind control. You guys have to pray in this way. Pray for the Lord to intervene and break that cage. Remember, in the Mr. and Mrs. message I gave out, he was in handcuffs and we were in a courtroom. So you guys have, if this is your future spouse, go to the Lord and start standing for them again. Start praying in that way, that if there's any veils over his mind, if his mind has been trapped or manipulated into not knowing who you are, knowing what his purpose is, what he's supposed to do, pray in that way. His heart to be freed. He's able to, for the Lord to turn his heart towards you. But then also, if he's in sin, pray for the Lord to wake him up to realize he's in sin, so he can take the necessary steps to get himself out of it. Because this relationship is sinful to the Lord, because he's not married to this person. And 2, you're not in your spot. You're not in your spot. This person is in your spot. This is long overdue, and I could feel it. And this is why he's laid out the way he's laid out now, because the Lord has put these qualities in you. So because you're the only one with these qualities, if you were in your rightful spot, this wouldn't happen, or you would know what to do. This one is holding on to him, not knowing what to do, because this is not the person that the Lord ordained for this person to be with. There's certain qualities in you meant for that person, just like the Lord had made you from his rib. So this is ordained by the Lord, and because this girl is in that spot, because he's bound spiritually, or because of this sin that he's in, he can't see, he can't feel, he's not doing what he's supposed to do, because he's not doing what he's supposed to do, and the Lord sees him as sinful. If he was to die today, he would die in his sin. And the Lord is calling you to stand. And maybe that's why I'm being fought, because this is urgent. And then if something was to happen to him, it would trickle over to your life, because your life is tied to his life. Your purpose is tied to his purpose. If there's no Adam, there's no Eve. And this is not if there's no Adam, there's no Eve. This is more serious than it sounds. Okay, it's like, what is the Lord saying? It doesn't sound like he's saying he will raise up another for you. That's not what this message is saying. This message is not saying that. If something happens to him, and maybe the Lord is saying that because you're not doing what he's called you to do as well. You're not doing what you're supposed to do as well. You stop standing for this person. All right. Yeah, it's a domino effect. A domino effect. You will be affected by this. This girl, this guy is not giving up over their dead body. They know who you are. She looked at me. She didn't want to move. She doesn't even care if he dies. She just doesn't want to give the spot up to you. Okay? That just shows the mindset of this person. All right. Let me see. Yeah, no one's standing. Go to the Lord and pray what he wants you to do. No one is praying for this person. You're not praying for this person anymore. You stop. You stop praying for him. She can't help him. She's not equipped to help him. You're the one. You're the one. You're his person. You're the chosen person. The Lord chose you for him. Yeah. What is